Welcome to another episode of Nights at the Brown Table, a podcast for Pacific Islanders sharing our views and the lens through which we see the world. I'm Sefa.
I'm Sila.
To the vast eclectic episode into it is the one and only the songstress, seamstress, mistress, mistress of this generation, who is also an ambitious. I've added to my title. Lamah, hi. I'm Samoan and sometimes German and Chinese, who speaks Japanese and Korean. 여러분 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다.
고맙습니다.
네. 안녕하세요. 네.
Yeah, so this is a get to know you
Woo!
episode because we're about.
Who are we? Who
Yeah.
are
Who
you?
do we think we are?
Who do you think we are? It's an S Club
Who
7
do you
song.
think you are? Who's that?
S Club
Spice
7.
Girls.
Okay, when you
No.
Who do you think you are? So you may shake it that one.
And S Club is who do you think you are? Do you know for sure? Now tell me. And that's that.
What is Club 7 song is
It's
that?
from the
I've
movie.
never heard of the It's Club.
I've
It's
never
from
heard of
that
that one
movie
either.
where they
And
have clones.
he went to the concert.
I know. I went to the concert. I saw Joe, Tina, and Bradley in
That's
person.
It's Club
3.
It's Club
It's Club
3.
3.
That is not even half of them.
I also saw Big Brothers and 5, which is also 3.
Brothers. Love Big Brothers. I saw them at Mount Joy in 2004. 2004. Wait, when did they come out?
You would have been a kid.
I was like year 8. Bought the CD, New Flow, and all that.
That's still a good track. I still like that song.
This is Big Bro,
Bro.
taking over the show.
Show.
You need to listen up and feel this. We won't quit. Make them chips, now stack them. Who's there?
See yo, I get you don't forget my name. Probably, maybe. Gonna get inside your brain.
If you know, you know.
No, wait, why did we not know the rap part, but we only know the girl singing? We only know the singing part.
No, the raps. Okay.
That's the entire story of my life.
Okay.
So starting with Sila.
Why me?
Okay, no.
Start with Shalama.
Lamah, tell us a little bit about where you were born and raised. No monologues.
Good day, everybody. Good day,
Why'd you
everybody.
look at me? No monologues. Okay. Sorry. Lamah.
I was born and raised in Sydney, Australia.
Not America?
No, a lot of people tend to think that because I talk like in different
Oh,
accents.
I was going to
and
say your
Yeah.
style is just...
oh
not-
yeah, that too. Like I always get like really mixed up with people asking me like where I'm from and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm actually from Sydney, Australia, so I'm
Oh, but
super
the accent's
excited to
coming
be
in.
here.
It's coming in now.
Yeah, and that's my story.
So you were born here?
Yes, I was born here. Grew up in Western Sydney. I've always been very creative and performative. So I love performing and I love doing arts and stuff like that. I also speak Japanese and Korean.
Where'd you learn that?
So-
Why'd you learn it?
I learned that back by myself in school because I had a culture shock when we had visitors from Japan visit our school. And that was prior to then I was like, I want to be Crips.
Oh, straight up.
Seize up.
Straight up.
Seize
You
up.
best believe there are photos of me doing Caesar.
I know. I want to see this. I want to
Yes.
see the picture.
We're going to post it on the Instagram story.
Yes, so there were
Okay.
photos of me doing Caesar, thinking I was all that.
On your
with my
Bebo
crew
page.
And, yeah, my Bebo page as well. But yeah, we had this visit from Hyogo Prefecture, Japan. And like from there, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So I started teaching myself. And then the Korean came in around the same time because my dad used to work for a Korean company. And the Ajushis, which is uncle in Korean, they used to give out CDs and DVDs from work. And I used to learn from that.
Oh,
And now here I am years later, just finessing my magnificent and majestic fantasy that is Lamah. And I love photography. So that's my big portion that a lot of people know me from is photography. Yeah.
And what about you?
I was born and raised in Tamaki Makaurau in New Zealand, Aotearoa. So Auckland, New Zealand.
Was that west, south? Where's that?
So we were in South Central in Onehunga. So I lived in New Zealand until I was about 16. Then we moved over to Australia.
That's old. That's up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, like most people either born here or they move young, but that's
Yeah.
quite older.
Yeah.
How was that transition?
Wasn't a fan of Australia when I first moved over because I expected it to, like I said, I think in a few episodes ago, I thought it would be like home and away for some reason. We moved to Liverpool 2168.
Kind of like home and away, bit.
So we were in Liverpool.
People speak
beaches.
but they speak pig Latin down there.
That's
don't they?
heard.
The closest beach to us was Simo's Beach in
I'm
Macfield.
done. No, it's
Simo's Beach,
That's
Macfield.
a family favorite. I have to say that's a family favorite, sis.
Well, how does it compare to Parramatta Lake? Is it as good or?
It's probably
Nothing can beat Simo's Beach.
Simo's Beach literally is. I don't know why it's called a beach. Like I think it's just because it has a little bit of sand, but it's worse than Parramatta.
Can you? Is the water swimmable?
No.
Wait, no, you
shouldn't
can't
get
swim in it.
No, you should not get in that water.
What empties into there?
I don't know, but I think it's a sewage. I might be wrong. To anyone from Macquarie Fields, if you could drop a comment to let us know more info on where that water came from. But to me, it looks like sewage water.
You know how Sila was saying she thought it was home and away? Says Simo's Beach is home and get away. Just stay home. Just stay home.
And stay away. Dang.
Yeah, so
Have you heard of it before?
No, only because she told me it last year.
God.
Last year, I just found
go
out.
for a trip.
we
Simo's
should
Beach.
actually go to Simo's Beach. Like, it's a hole. It's a hole.
I kind of wondered this summer.
Yeah, we should go.
This summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
And legit spend the day there. We're going to play volleyball. We're going to play touch in the knee-height water.
No, it's. I would not get in the water.
I wouldn't even
nah.
get out of my car.
No,
it's sewage.
I think, no, you work at a hospital. You can get just one of those hazmat suits that they wear in the clinic section. And then we can wear it into the water.
True, yeah, I just have them everywhere. Yeah, I've got many in my closet. Yeah.
Oh, so technically, I'm not from. We didn't live in Liverpool. We lived in Hickenberg, but it is in Liverpool.
Yeah, like Liverpool City.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about you?
I was born and raised for a little bit in New Zealand, and then I moved here when I was 8, or just shy of my 8th birthday.
Okay.
And then lived here, but we lived in Auburn, Lidcombe.
Yeah. Do you consider yourselves Australian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same as me.
I don't. For me. But I think because I came a lot older.
Yeah, and that's still majority of your
Yeah.
life. What country I spent the most time in is America.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Philippines.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the Philippines?
19. New Zealand the least, and then America and Australia's the same time.
Yeah.
And
How
then this
come you
year
don't
kind of
have
took
the accent.
He didn't want it.
What accent?
Oi, for real. You know when people go for one day and
Right,
like,
they go for 2 weeks and they're like, "Hi guys,
Hey, how are you?
wow.
can you open the trunk?" Shut the hell up! For your whole life, you said boot. Open the boot.
Trunk your butt.
What are you pretending
Oh,
for?
hey, how are you?
You have a great American voice. Can you do it again?
What do you want me to say?
Just be like a radio presenter.
Hey guys, we're here with Sila and Lamah on our.
Your voice goes higher.
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of has to be honest. It kind of has to. It kind of has to for me to put on the accent. 'Cause, okay, the only accent that I know how to do in the American one is the Valley Girl one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That sort of.
I can do accents too, but it's racist.
What accents do you do?
Yeah.
No, so
But it's racist.
put it up.
We will not do that.
Oh, no.
We will not go there.
Up her mic. Put it on. Hurry up.
And fade out. And fade out now.
You guys, you want to know what racism sounds like in the 21st century? You're about to hear it. The vocal stylings of Sila Ayana.
I don't know how to do any accents.
We're 90s kids, right?
No, I'm 80s.
Yeah.
Are you technically still counted as an 80s kid?
Yeah,
Just
I
because
am.
you're born then? Because when in the late 90s, when it comes to the late 90s, they don't count those kids as 90s kids because when they actually grow up and can understand,
You're in the
then
ni-
the
yeah.
2000s.
Oh, yeah.
So technically, you're a 90s kid.
Because you grew up with all the 90s.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s, but I was born in the 80s.
Yeah,
Name 5 things from the 80s, sis.
Kylie Minogue,
pretty good. Keep
Cyndi
going.
Lauper.
Okay.
Is MC Hammer? No.
Yeah, he's
MC
80s.
Hammer.
Oh no! Oh, I think
Whitney
he's 90s.
Houston.
80s. Yeah.
5 things.
Sailor Moon. No, that's 90s.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
Is Sailor
Actually.
Moon
No, it
80s?
was 91 to 93.
Oh, okay.
The original run, and then 96 released the Uranus, Neptune, Saturn.
Uranus.
Okay.
Correction.
Uranus.
Uranus.
Okay.
But if I posed a question, name 5 things from the 90s, you'd have been like,
Yeah, that's true.
No, but you're
90s
80s. It's the 80s.
Yeah, I'm 80s, baby.
Then I'm 70s.
Then I'm 70s. So name 5 things from the 70s.
Weed?
weed, marijuana,
America,
Vietnam War.
Starbucks, Seattle, and something else. And maybe SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm vague on the details.
Dead.
Stories that I can remember of childhood, because there's a lot, but some of them it's just normal life. So one of the most embarrassing stories I can think of is when we had missionaries come over to our house, missionaries from church. They came over to visit. One of the elders was going to leave to go home, and so my mum goes, okay, we need to take pictures with them. And so I think because we had been sitting inside, we were having fun and stuff, so as we started walking outside to where the car was, I could feel that I needed to go toilet. And the urge just got stronger and stronger. And so I'm telling my mum, Mum, I need to go to the toilet. And my mum goes, no, we're just going to take the picture quickly. Come on, just take the picture quickly. As she's talking, because my mum can talk a lot, she just kept talking, and then I just started peeing my pants. And so my mum said, oh, we can't take the picture with you with the pee in your pants, so just go grab the shorts from the clothesline. So I grabbed the shorts, and instead of taking off my pants, I just put it over my pants, and then there's a picture of me doing this. Just a peace sign with shorts over my pants to cover the pee stains, and my pants still on under. So that's probably one of my most embarrassing.
And the thing is, it's immortalized.
Yeah, because I still have the picture, and I crack up laughing because when you look at the picture, you can't tell. But I'm just like, what the hell am I wearing? Then I remembered why I was wearing that.
Does anyone else remember this in your family?
Probably my family. My brother looks so good in the picture. He's wearing like this denim jacket and a hoodie under. I'm wearing bright red pants and this colorful like green and neon yellow shorts over it.
I love that.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you peed yourself?
I was embarrassed, but
the pee.
Like
it was so warm. Like, it really just like filled my soul with
Like
you
a
know,
Christmas
lot
Eve
of-
with some cookies.
Yeah, exactly. It filled my soul with embarrassment.
like a wet hug.
Yeah, exactly.
But a warm one.
Yeah.
No, but the thing was, I can remember the pee filling up my shoes, and I'm looking at my mum like, Mom!
Oh my god.
And she's like, just get the shorts, put over your pants.
I'm dead. Your mom doing all that.
Yeah.
Your mom sounds great.
She's amazing. Shout out to Tofinga. Sorry.
Shout out Tofinga. Love you. Sarangayo.
How about you guys?
I'm not embarrassed by it, but it is incredibly funny because I remember how being very performative and creative when I was young, I would make my siblings do dances with me. So, and then we'll perform it to my parents. One of the ones I specifically remember is my sister and I, we did a number to Monica's Angel of Mine.
A slow song.
Classic track.
So, have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know when they do the rose? So it's the hands like...
Okay, yes.
So my sister and I were... I just think about this because I think of how confident I was. Like, oh, Kanisha, let's do this together. And then like me choreographing this dance and then me saying, Mom and Dad, we've got something to show you. When I first saw you, and the hands started like fluttering everywhere, and I just can't imagine what my parents were thinking at that time. Like if they did not know I was gay, then, bruh, I think it was just,
Wait, did they laugh?
no, they sat there.
They sounded what?
They just sat there and were like, wow, that was. I can't remember the reaction to be honest, but that was one of many of my performances I put on. I remember doing numbers to Britney Spears.
Yes.
Which song? Which Britney Spears song?
Stronger was definitely one of my...
I'm a slave for you, no?
No, that was a
Okay.
bit too out of
Raunchy.
my...
Raunchy, yeah.
Yeah. Because my parents used to... My dad especially used to always buy CDs.
Oh, that's cool.
So definitely Britney Spears. I actually don't know why my dad bought Britney Spears in the first place. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, but I would spend time in my room or like in the separate living room with the music and like creating dances and stuff like that, which is why I'm such an amazing dancer now.
You are.
Oh my gosh, what? There are videos of me dancing as well.
Okay.
One where I'm a moth. And I'm
Did you have a costume or were your
Yes.
arms the wings?
I was assigned to be a moth because I was a guy. And the
Wait, so
girls
was
are-
this a play? Or
this
was
was
at home?
we used to go to daycare center after school.
Oh,
Was this at home? Was this for school?
this
And you're
was-
like, no, this was just at home.
I made myself a moth costume.
I assigned myself. Yeah, so the girls got to be they were butterflies, and then I was a moth. Don't know why. Don't ask me. Yeah, now I've been immortalized into this video as the most incredibly dashing looking moth.
Oh, wow.
with
Would love
dance
to
moves.
see it.
Don't know where that video is though.
I burnt it. I burned that DVD.
Did you guys do, like, you know, when you watch your TV shows, did you guys do the whole thing of try and reenact it at home, and
Yep.
then you would each be a character?
Yep.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was like
Power
us.
Rangers.
Power Rangers. My
Yeah,
cousins,
Power Rangers.
because you know, there's only 2 girls. They would always make me Rita, and then they would be Trini or Kimberly.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait,
cruel.
hang on. They would be the Power Rangers and they'd make you the
They'll
villain.
make me Rita. And then my brother and my boy cousins would be the other boys, but they always made me Rita.
Damn, the
Break
fact
my
that
heart.
I know, like the fact that you still remember this is that was
Yeah,
like
you're really holding on to this.
I know.
I want to be a Power Ranger too.
Who would you rather be, the pink or the yellow?
I would rather be the
Yellow.
yellow Trini.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. How about you? What's your embarrassing childhood story?
No,
Emphasis,
so this one.
childhood.
No, so what happened? So I have 6 sisters, and then me, and then a younger brother. But my younger brother came much later, so there's quite a big gap between me and him. But between me and my sisters, it's all kind of like 1 year, 2 year. Because of having the 6 sisters, and we didn't have a lot of money and stuff, I had to inherit their hand-me-downs. I had a very interesting wardrobe before the age of 8.
Yeah.
Before we moved over here. One of the things that I had to inherit was, do you remember those toy butterfly things where you pull the string and they spin
and they
and
spin.
they fly?
Like, is it like a Barbie?
Yeah, kind of like a Barbie,
yeah,
but
yeah.
On a stick, Bobby on a stick.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, so
Oh,
they
they
had,
were
so you know those
amazing.
things. So my sisters had that
T-shirt.
T-shirt. No, I think it was a jumper, but it had the sequins and rhinestone stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because we didn't have a lot of money, I had to inherit it like my first year of
Oh, in
school.
Australia.
In Australia?
No,
No, in
this
New
was in New Zealand. This was
Okay.
like preschool, kindergarten
Yeah.
when I first started school. So I had to wear that like maybe year 1 or something like that. I had to inherit my sister's one. And when I went, what I did was I picked off all the sequins off of the jumper and just left the picture. And I had to try and convince everyone that they were moths and not butterflies.
It's not a butterfly.
It's not a butterfly. They're moths. They're moths. And I distinctly remember outlining in Texter, you know, because the picture's still there. I grabbed the Texter and colored it black, brown,
dead.
blue, because they were all like bright neon
Yeah.
green. But the jumper itself, I don't know who I was kidding, because the jumper itself is neon green. I don't know who I was trying to convince, and I had to color it in.
I can't believe you still remember that.
Yes, I think that's where the lies came from. The lies I continue to tell the family,
Pathological
the
lie.
pathological lies that I've conjured up. I was like, I have to think of a story.
Because that's kindergarten, right?
It was like kindergarten year 1, something like. It was very
Year
new.
1, year 12? Year 1, year 12.
When
like,
you talk,
I can't remember.
Year,
The
year
years
12,
are
I was like,
Wait.
the high school, but they did go to Auburn Girls, and it was green, just like our jumpers. I was like, maybe I was wearing their uniform. I don't know.
Was that the one you were wearing last week?
I kept it for
It's
nostalgic
a moth.
reasons.
It's not a butterfly, Shalama. It's a moth.
It's a moth.
Okay.
It's a moth, or no, I think it was like a dragon. I was trying to convince
okay.
him.
What's the next question?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, coronaviruses.
Sorry. No, I
you-
got tested. I got tested a few
And?
days ago, and it's
Positive?
negative. It's negative.
What if I haven't been tested?
Have you? Have you been tested?
are we still talking about Corona?
Yeah. Gosh.
Hey, I'm just
one?
making the distinction. Which one? Which test? The one that
COVID.
goes, the one they swab your
test.
nose, or the one they swab your bum?
that?
You
That
told
was
me.
so
No,
funny.
you told me they swabbed your bum.
He nearly believed it. He went and got COVID. No, did you say you were going to go for COVID testing, or you did?
No, I did.
And then I go,
already.
did they swab your bum? He goes, no. And I go, but they're supposed to as well.
No, she was telling me over the phone, and I could not see her face. I think she was blocking the phone so you couldn't hear her laughing. And in my mind, I was like,
He was like,
oh, I
wait.
missed out.
Wait, what's I supposed
What?
to
I tried to drop my pants, and the nurse said, pull it back up.
It's the cough test. It's the cough test.
I said, pull your pants back up. Ain't nobody need to see that.
Oh, not the blue hole.
Oh, goodness. So how did we all meet?
Oh, as a group, as a trio, honestly, because I didn't know Lamah that well beforehand. And so meeting as a trio was for the podcast. Or last year. No, actually last year you were hosting a dance for church. And we were your... So Sila...
Wait, we need to contextualize this.
Wait. So Lamah is known in our church community and the YSA as a performer. He's an entertainer.
No, he's still that moth, but he has now bloomed.
He's now a butterfly.
He's a butterfly.
I was a caterpillar.
And so they asked Lamah to perform like an original track.
So what I did, what I like to do is I like to take songs that are very provocative and then I like to appropriate them to the point where it's like, oh, maybe this would be a good idea for one day when I want to bear my testimony, or if I'm in a religious setting and I want to really verbalize how I feel through song. So what I did for that particular track was I took that song, and the song was Milkshake by Khalees, and I turned it into a song called My Testimony. And then I recorded it and I performed it first for a little family home evening group, which was a hit. It was a smash. I smashed it out of the park. I set the level, and it's never been touched since then.
So with what we have within our church, every Monday families get together, and for an hour or so they sing songs, say prayer, and they do like a lesson on spiritual things. And so with us, because a lot of us live out of home, Lamah, he got assigned what we called interlude, and everyone before then just did like random stuff. But what he did was, all you see is he goes, guys, I felt the spirit really strongly, so I hope that you guys are moved as well. He presses play, and then all you hear is the dum da da dum da da dum da da dum.
My testimony brings other souls to the yard, and they're like, and that became my testimony.
What was that?
But then I was asked to perform it at one of our church dances that we hold for our young single adults. And then I remember going to Sila's house, and then I remember seeing Sefa there. That was the first time I saw Sefa because he just came back from BYU. And somehow, I don't even know how the song even came into play.
It wasn't decided then. It was already before that we're doing this song. And so I got...
I don't even think I was assigned to do a performance.
You're like, excuse me, I would like to perform.
I know. I think you were assigned to... No, I think you were just assigned to MC, and you're like, nah, I'm going to perform. I want an intro.
I feel like I remember Sefa saying,
I
like,
would do a
we're going
flow
to do
show.
this. Like, I remember Sefa hyping us up.
No, so what we're hyping was that you were like, oh, I just want to do 20 seconds. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to practice this for just 20
20
seconds.
seconds.
We're doing the full minute and a half.
Yeah, because I had a rap verse in it as well.
Yeah.
It became such an iconic piece. I felt like Beyonce.
You are Beyonce.
I felt like...
At Coachella.
Yeah, it was... We literally put on a show. And it was just like one of those experiences that I'll never forget in my life. Such a career highlight for me. Yeah.
So was it the first time you met Lamah?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever met Lamah. Not the first time I'd seen him.
Yeah, I know.
Because
we have seen...
Smash Cut. TFY 2007. It was a big youth conference event, and there was a talent show, and a part of the lineup, Sila, you were there as a counselor, and then I was there. Me and Lamah were there as attendees, but we did not know each other, and so a part of the lineup, Lamah joins, and he does a solo act of Teriyaki Boys, Tokyo Drift, mixed with, what was the Korean song?
It was like a Japanese song and a Korean song.
So this was post his Seize Up.
Yes. Definitely a
This was after you
Way after
your
This
Seize
is when I
Up.
was wanting to be
Seize Up.
Asian by this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still on YouTube. We'll put a link in.
I'm dead.
We'll put a link in
But that's how we
on the
met.
episode. And that's how I remember seeing you, knowing of you, and then we met last year on that.
Because how I met Lamah was... The first time I ever saw him was when he was performing on the stage, and I just remember going crazy because I thought it was so good. When I met him officially was I had seen him years after we had a ball, like a dance, Mount Druitt, And I went up to him because I recognized him, and I said to him, I go, hey, aren't you the kid that danced to that Tokyo Drift song in TFY?
I was flabbergasted.
Because I remember, because to me it was so iconic. So that was when I officially met and spoke with him then, which was only a few years ago.
Besides us, has anyone brought that up to you?
A few of the older people.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly
Okay,
like...
way to date us, but okay. Way to call out our age, okay. Yeah, we're getting on in years.
But we are older, right?
But then I met Sila a very different way. Your version, I think, is much better. My version puts me in very good light.
So how I met Sefa.
No, hang on. I'm going to tell my version real quick, and then you're going to tell your version. So how I met Sila was at this,
Was it TFY as well?
Really?
Because I remember you singing with the other Sila. You guys used to go walk around and sing.
Wow.
No, because they thought she can sing, beautiful singer, but her friend, he couldn't sing. So that's what I remember.
What?
So that's what I remember seeing. I was just like, oh, I feel so sorry for, like, good on her for trying to encourage him, but the other guy, he can't
But
sing.
who was the friend?
The friend was, what was his name? Sefa.
Oh, yeah. Oh. No.
His name was Seth.
Okay, wait, but how I met Sila was at a YSA conference at the end of over the new year.
I'll explain the story.
No,
He's going to paint himself in a good light.
Mine real
This
quick,
is
and
what
then,
happened.
And then you go. I'll go explain.
This is what happened.
We're
Was
waiting for
I-
registration. We're waiting for registration, and we're all just sitting around, just getting to know each other. And there's a guy playing a guitar. I'm there with my sister, so we go over because we don't really know anyone. So we go over to make friends or whatever. So we start jamming with him or whatever, and we're just having a jam session, kind of hang out.
No,
And
this is what happened. Like, because a lot of us went there by ourselves. So I went with just two of my other friends, but they had gone somewhere else. And so I was walking around, and I see this white kid sitting on the grass under the tree. And he's just strumming along. And then a group had gathered, and so everyone's just watching him. So we were like, oh, that's so good. So he's singing Jason Mraz. All of a sudden, I see this girl and this boy separate the crowd. They walk through, and then they're just like, oh, actually... No, give us the guitar. We'll sing it. So they took over, and the boy just looked at
This
him.
is German.
And then Sefa started singing. And I was just like, what the heck? I was the only one that laughed because everyone didn't know what to do. And then they walked away. And so I was just like, what's your name? And
Wait,
he's
who walked away?
everyone, as soon as they finished their song, I'm the only one laughing. Everyone starts to walk away, and then I went up to him and his sister, and I was just like, what's your name? My name's Sila. And then we just started hanging out since then.
There, sister, to die.
Yeah.
I don't like this narrative that you're pushing.
They stole, this young boy who's just strumming to Jason
Yeah.
Mraz. They stole the guitar
Was
off
this I'm
him.
Yours, by the way?
I think,
No,
it was
wasn't.
another song.
It was You and I Both.
So you took the guitar.
No, she knew how to play the guitar, so she took it.
He started singing like he could sing. And it was just, oh my God.
Like he could sing.
That's
Why'd you have
loud.
to add that? Why'd you have to add that? You should have just said he
could
started
not
singing.
Stop laughing. Because I was like, who the heck are these? Because they don't even know him.
Did you know who he was?
No.
I know him now.
Everyone
We
was
went in the
strangers,
MCC together.
But everyone was strangers. Like, literally no
Yeah,
one
we didn't. No one knew each other. No one knew each
Yeah.
other.
I'm just like, if I was, and we're like,
What?
Oi.
They just grabbed it off him.
But then, okay, first of all, Lamar, I'm disappointed that you weren't at that YSA convention because that would
I
have
was
been off the hook.
inactive.
But what happened during that convention is that there was a dance every night. There was a dance every night. The first night, that was the year Single Ladies came out.
Oh,
Single Ladies
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
So the first night, Single Ladies comes
Yeah.
on. Sila starts doing the dance.
Oh, it's sis come
And not just a
through.
little bit of it. She does the first verse and
Yes.
the chorus. She does a bit of the choreography. I'm ignorant. I didn't know what the dance was.
But he got upset. He goes, teach me. And I was like, no. Because it was just me and one other guy that knew how to do the choreo. All of a sudden, I think it was later on during the next day.
It was literally the next day. I skipped the activities during the day so
He
I
went
could
and
stay in
sat
the room.
on YouTube.
And the thing is, though, I had to borrow someone else's phone because this was before data. This was before anything. I didn't even have a smartphone. I was still rocking the Snake 3315.
Dead. Yeah.
And so we went to... I spent the whole day wasting somebody else's data bill to learn this. And then the next day, the next dance, the next night, it was a battle.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the ending of You Got Served. Have you seen
Or like
that?
white chicks.
More like Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yeah, Napoleon
more
Dynamite.
like that.
More like the
The
ringer.
effort was there, execution not so much. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Stuff you.
So did you show her up then?
Oh, all of
No, we just went hard out. It was just kind of like a group thing. We'd only do it like it was really just
would
for
only do
our
it
own
with each other, just for a
entertainment.
laugh.
It was just for our entertainment. And you know that part in the chorus how they go low? They go low in the chorus. We're just like, who can go lower?
He can
Who's
go
gonna
lower.
drop?
How
Who's
low
gonna
can
drop?
you go?
Can you go? Can you go? Can you do it?
I bet you can't go live.
But the thing is, like, but Sila, tell it, because for me, I have no shame. But
But
Sila,
the thing for me was I've never done, like, I loved dancing around, but I don't like attention at all. So whenever it comes to dancing, I'm not the type to go in the middle of a circle or whatever.
Yeah.
But because of how he was inciting me,
The hype,
I was
right?
just like, oh, it's a battle. And so we would just, because there was a group of us, we would just stare at each other and be like, oh, you're going to keep going? You're going to keep going? Because even though a crowd had gathered, I'm just like, I didn't want to back down. So yeah, that's how we,
I think that's what that's Sefa's specialty.
Yeah, that
He's
is.
such a good hype man. Because you hyped us up to do this to
Podcast?
do a full number, and
Yeah,
now to
no,
do the
that's
podcast.
true.
what's funny is that like I lose energy real quick. So I'll hype.
Stamina.
The next day I'm like,
That's me.
nah, bro, nah, I'm
I don't wanna do it
tired.
anymore.
I don't want to do this.
Okay, before we go into what is your favorite holiday that you've been on? Lamar?
Have we answered this before? My favorite holiday would have to have been Africa. So back in 2007 or maybe 2016 now, I went to Africa. I went to Africa with a group of photographers on Instagram. That's how we met through. And then there was 9 of us. We ventured to Africa and we took
Where did you guys go in
incredible
Africa?
photos. We went to a place called Namibia.
Oh, nice.
And we stayed at a safari retreat for around like 7 or 8 days. I can't remember now. We also did the motorcycling thing when you do that in the sand.
A quad.
Oh yeah,
Quad bike.
yeah. So we did quad biking in the
nice.
Swakopmund Desert. Bruh, that was amazing. But yeah, we were able to do it in the desert. So
cool.
we were just like,
That's awesome.
it was really fun.
Yeah.
Met some great people. I was nicknamed Beyonce.
Who gave you that nickname?
I gave it to myself.
It's a self-titled nickname.
when I walked in, they're like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I was like, "I'm Beyonce." And then every time they saw me, they're like, "Oh, Beyonce!"
Yeah.
And I was singing and dance with them and for them.
With him and for
just anytime. Yeah.
Sefa, what's your favorite holiday?
I don't know. It's hard to choose from. Probably Palawan.
Where's that?
I know it sounds really exotic and stuff. It's in the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
in Southeast Asia.
You went to the Philippines?
Wow.
I did.
When?
Oh, just earlier this year, sis.
2020.
Oh, wow. 2020.
Yeah, 2020 this
Before the
year.
lockdown.
Before the lockdown, yeah. I went over there, enjoyed about 10 days there.
That's awesome. Philippines, eh?
Yeah. Mabuhay.
What was one of your highlights of the trip?
Oh, one of them was, so randomly, I went there, I made it there on Saturday night. I went there for church. And I met a random American fella who had married a local girl and they're retired on a boat.
Yeah, that's what they live on a boat.
They live on a boat.
Wow.
And so they
Was
only
this 365 days? No, sorry. When was it? In March. Okay.
No, so they retired on a boat, so they now live there with their family. Their kids are grown, so they're off in college in America, and
Yeah.
one of them is in the Philippines. He has some sort of hookup with some of the resorts, so we went and picked up jet skis, and we went cave searching with jet skis and just barbecued on his boat. It was awesome, just for the whole day. And so I delayed a day meeting up with the boys and told them that my flight got stuck.
But I haven't seen any pictures
Of
your trip to the Philippines.
oh, you haven't?
No. Have you posted
Have you
it?
not checked his Instagram?
I tried. No, I tried. I took them down.
It's the
'Cause,
only
like,
thing you post.
No, I took them down because it's like a bit pretentious. It's a bit pretentious. I don't like telling everyone that I
Yeah.
went there.
Oh, you don't like
It's not
telling
your- it's
everyone?
not their
honestly, because
business.
I feel like because I embodied so much of the Filipino
Do you
spirit.
feel like you're
that-
Pinoy?
Kind of, because once you're Pinoy, you're always Pinoy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mahal
Oh,
kita.
Pinoy ako.
Salamat. Yeah, because I had once
Maganda.
you have like honestly once you have adobo like that's all you
Whoa,
like that you
you're
just
so
really
cultured.
embody. I know.
Oh, I love this. Is
I
so
love
this
it.
is
You eat
amazing.
adobo once and now you're cultured.
And now you're fluent in Tagalog.
See.
It's not see. It's
Uh-oh.
Hende. My favorite holiday was probably when me and my best friend, also my cousin, randomly decided to go to Bali. Even though we are for Free West Papua, this was a few years ago.
I love the disclaimer. I love the disclaimer.
It was like
This was before we knew. This was before.
What was your highlight?
We used to always grab padang off the side of the road, so it's just like
Yeah,
What is
authentic.
it was so authentic. So
Isn't traveling cool? I love like what Sefa was saying and whatnot. You connect with people that you wouldn't have ever connected with. I think that's really
Straight
cool.
up.
was that the first time you ever gone on holiday by yourself?
Yeah. That was honestly it was. Yeah.
Like to a country overseas? How about you, Lamah? Have you ever done that?
Always,
Really?
except for Africa, but most of the times I would travel by myself.
That's something I want to do because it's a fear of mine, but I've never done it.
And then next minute you're Chappelle Corby.
I was gonna say, but like I understand because you're a girl.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
But that's
But
something
next
I
minute
have
you
on the
just said
bucket
Chappelle
list.
Colby. I mean, you could be that too.
To
Either
travel to-
either.
And honestly, I string the accent a lot.
What?
Yeah, for real.
The Aussie one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's
You-
such a good conversation starter.
You throw that out there, hook, line, and sinker.
Really?
Yeah.
They love it.
It's so funny because I put on the accent. Because like my accent is very diluted.
Wait, so put on your Aussie accent. Like, what's your
So
exaggerated?
if I'm overseas, I'm like, oh, I love this.
Shut up.
No, it's true.
What's this, mate?
Oh, this is cream. Oh, we didn't have cream where I'm from.
Wait, where is the accent from?
It's from Mount Druitt. You don't hear it?
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Nah, me and my mates, we're just going back down.
Oh my gosh.
We're headed back home.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia. You can't tell.
What are you doing here?
I'm surprised you can tell.
What are you doing here?
Wait, did I really say that my favorite thing to do in Bali was eating padang?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, but
I thought your highlight was.
that's what I was going to say. I was like,
wait,
I remember you saying mad photos.
I was like, I mean, yeah, street food. Love that.
Wait, like, can I redo that?
Yeah.
It's already
Oh, so-
modernized. Uncut version.
No, we can redo it, but I'm still going to put the other picture.
I was just like, wait, did I really just say my favorite thing to do in Bali was eating padang? The other thing that I love doing in Bali was I got to ride an elephant, even though I know that it's the animal cruelty now, but I wasn't aware at the time.
I get it before pre-woke. Ignorance really was
Wait,
bliss.
this just goes to show growth is real, okay? So,
I was gonna say because when I was in Africa,
Cancel.
we were canceling all those type of people.
Cancel.
like I rode an elephant.
Cancel.
Do you have a photo of that?
Yes, I do.
Can you send it to me?
Cancel culture. We went to the rice terrace fields. I thought that was
Oh,
beautiful.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we went to
Those
we
look
went
so
swimming in
pretty.
a waterfall in a waterfall as well.
And the temples?
The temples. So we randomly went to a temple, and we didn't know that you can go inside the water. And they say that when you go inside the water, you go and pray to your ancestors and you get blessings. And so my cousin at the time, I was just like, "Oh, you want to go in?" And she goes, "Oh no," because we didn't have a change of clothes. I literally just jumped in, and then I went did a prayer, poured it on myself, and then came back out. And then our taxi driver, he was just like, "Oh," and I was like, I'll buy a sarong or ear love lover, and then I'll sit in the car, so it'll be fine." So yeah.
Why did we start this podcast and then start whatever statement?
Well, you start with yourself first because I was invited.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I want to hear what
Why?
what made you.
I noticed that there was it was somewhat lacking of podcasts or media produced by islanders in Sydney specifically. I knew Sila from that time under the tree when
You stole the guitar.
when
and
I was
someone's
no
just
when
like-
we were jamming.
Jamming with you and your sister.
So I knew Sila from ages ago, and I was like, "Oh, we should be on a podcast." The concept was a late night conversation. If someone pushed record, what would that sound like? And that's where the idea came. So I pitched it to Sila, and Sila was like, "Yeah."
So when Sefa pitched the idea to me, I thought of a few people, and the first person that jumped to mind was Lamah, because he can talk about, we have good discussions on a lot of different types of topics. And so then asked Lamah if he wanted to do it. He said he would be open to it, so then created a Facebook group, and then that's why we started this. But I still get kind of weirded out by the fact that we record ourselves and that other people listen.
Yeah, I'm the same as well.
Yeah.
So when I was pitched the idea, I was like, oh, this is really cool because I haven't really seen or heard of. I love podcasts, but I haven't really heard anything that made me feel represented. So I was more than happy to just jump on board on this journey, and here we are 14-ish episodes in, talking about crap, being fake colors, just having a laugh.
No, straight up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
I feel like, because Sila and I have had many discussions that I've really enjoyed, and so bringing Sefa into this, because I knew you, but I didn't know you. But
This
I
is
love
me, yeah.
yeah. But I love
This
the kind
is
of.
me. Oh, sorry.
I'm the sharpest ones when it comes me down.
Real Great
Don't take
Showman
lead.
fans know the
Don't
lyrics.
take the lead if you don't know the lyrics.
I know, for real. No, but I really love having like very open discussions, especially when it comes to Pasefika or like our people, because I feel like these discussions are very helpful for other people to have conversations, discussions, and open dialogues in their circles. And if we're able to do that with some people, then I'm more than happy to do that and facilitate that and manifest.
Yeah.
Everybody say, manifest this into the atmosphere.
Wait, into the gammosphere or atmosphere? Manifest.
I was like, that went way extra. I was like, usually it's just
it's a
one word.
full-on line.
Usually it's just one word.
Full-on
It's like,
line.
oh, you can make up these lyrics, but you don't know the lyrics to This Is Me. Thank you for listening to another episode of Nights at the Brown Table. I'm Sefa.
I'm Sila.
And I'm Sila.
Oui.
I'm Sila.
Oui.
And I am your favorite quintessential nightingale who is floating in the ocean of stars, going to the atmosphere of the land down under, and finishing off as an Sila and Lamah.
Wait. I can't sing. My sister ready for